Good evening and welcome to the Monday, April 7th, 2025 council meeting. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I do need to ask council to make a motion to approve the amended agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Steve,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes. Item number 2 is public hearing.
It's a bit of a typo.
Good evening. This is for the rezoning request, item 5 on the agenda. In order to change the zoning map, we have to have a public hearing to afford anybody any comments. So at this time, I'll ask if anybody in the crowd has any comments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any concerns?
The only concern that I had in regards to that is, we keep talking about that we need more places and more residents, and potential is that we're converting that to a commercial, which would mean losing 3, possibly 4 residences there. But I understand needing to grow as a community, and I certainly don't want to, it's been vetted through the zoning committee, and I certainly don't want to step on anybody's toes there. But that was the only thing that popped to my mind was, the possibility of losing those residences that are there.
I agree. I echo that. That is a concern.
I understand your concern. The plan is for right now, they will remain residents. He just wants to market it as commercial, so
Okay.
it could be a year from now, it could be 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, state my concern, and,
Yeah, and Andy, my understanding is the owner of all 3 is the same person, or is it
It's 2 parcels. same owner.
two parcels with the same owner?
Yeah.
And that individual was in agreement with this.
Yes.
That's what I remember
He did,
reading.
Yes.
And the reason that you are asking for, I guess my only concern is this the only public, it was published, wasn't it? And people could come.
Yes.
So there was opportunity for others to come.
Yes, we had a planning commission meeting.
Okay.
Everybody within 250 feet was notified.
That's,
For this public hearing, it was published in the newspaper 10 days prior, so.
that was my concern is that if there, I know the owner was okay, that's great, but would other people obviously didn't, that were living in that area, didn't have any concerns that they felt as though they needed to come to the zoning committee and express, is that correct?
Correct, which the minutes is in your packet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I appreciate
And we
that.
also provide too, because our planning and zoning meetings are during the day, we provide them to call and give a statement to Andy or email as well. And if he gets any of those, he does state them on the record.
Yeah, well, and I know it's in the minutes. I'm actually asking that question to make sure that the public knows that there is and was opportunity, because otherwise it sounds like it just came here and we said, yeah, no problem, let's go ahead. So, no, I appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you.
thanks, Andy.
If there's no more concern, we'll go on to item number 3, which is approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Second,
Steve,
Yes.
John,
yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes. And then item number 4 is hearing of public concerns. Yes, Mr. Cox?
I want to thank the city for the sweeping that was done on the Eastland Estates Road on Friday, March 28th. while there's still some loose gravel, it's not a significant amount. My suggestion on follow-up would be to get the vacuum system out to get the gravel that has been moved into the front of the yards and get that out before anybody has a unfortunate event happen to them while they're mowing the yards. I would also like to thank the city and the crew that came up on the 1st of April and collected the tree cuttings, etc. I had a lot, and they did a very good job on cleaning it up. The one bad piece of news that I've got for you guys is that there is now a second area of broken pavement by the island of in Southport. And if anybody wants or needs a guide, I would be more than happy to show it to them. Basically, that's all I have for
All
today.
right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Item number 5 is an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 12, 2025, an ordinance to amend the Bryan zoning map to rezone parcel numbers 06320007005 and 06320007006 from R2 to C3.
Again, to rehash previous conversations, this is for 427 and 433 South Main. They were both recently purchased by the same owner, and he would like to market them as commercial property along South Main Street. Planning Commission met on March 3rd. With those 6 or 7 members present, they voted unanimously to approve the rezoning request from R2 to C3.
It sounds like it's gone through the appropriate process, so I would make a motion to proceed.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
And Mary.
Yes.
So that was a motion to suspend?
Yes.
We need a motion to approve.
I'm sorry, I didn't say suspend.
That's okay.
My bad.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll move to approve. I'll second.
Steve?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And Mary.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 6 is an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 13, 2025, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Williams County Board of Commissioners for a pilot program to offer collaborative emergency medical services between the Williams County Emergency Medical Services and the Bryan Fire Department.
Good evening, council. This is an item that we've talked about considerably over the last several months, and we've worked through an agreement that I think is at least enough of a start that we can move forward to help EMS maintain what they have, the current conditions they have, without harming the city. It may not be fully what we need, but this is a 6-month agreement that will let us get some data and figure out what the reimbursement number that's in here at 10% is good. We do not anticipate call volume changing due to this. We're running on these as first responders. It may involve us for a little bit more time, but that time is in minutes, not hours. And again, we see it as a way to supplement the services that they're providing, not replace them. This is, we want to be cooperative with them. They are providing equipment, materials, the overhead, the office work, software. All we're providing is manpower that we have on staff currently. So in the event we have a fire, that fire takes precedence. However, if we've made patient care, we can't abandon the patient. We do understand that. That could occur now with first responders, and we have had a very rare occasion once twice in a year. I'm not anticipating anything that is going to be a real concern. Again, we've had that once or twice. We've had additional personnel that can respond, and then after a few minutes, those folks that are tied up with that EMS are cleared, and they show up on scene as well. So we're not anticipating a change in service. We just hope to make a better presentation to the public and hopefully make the whole system work a little bit smoother.
And what I like about the agreement is that it is a 6-month trial with a 30-day out for either party. And so from my perspective, that kind of helps us look at how effective and efficient and if it's worth continuing. So I think that's a very important part, and appreciate you, Mayor, and John, whoever, Chief, with dealing with that piece, because I think that's an important piece if things start to go a little bit left to center for either party. But I like the concept of us trying to work things out. So.
Yeah, and just to go over, the basic intent is to, again, provide quality services for our residents in the fire district. And within the last year and a half, fire department was dispatched by Central for first responder calls. That's why we don't think it will add too much extra call time for us, because we're already going and assisting as first responders. Just to lay out the details again for the public, the county will be providing the EMS unit. It will be housed and duly insured by both the city and the county in our fire department. And we will be providing transport from 7A to 7P. There's BLS from 7A to 4 p.m. And then from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., we will be on the second call of basic life support transport. We did exclude Hillside Country Living from this because it is just very far out in our fire district. And a lot of it's just transport, so EMS is going to continue to provide that service through the county. Obviously, if we are on a long fire call, we will notify Central 911 that we are out of service. We have also agreed just verbally that if that happens and there's a big fire and EMS needs our ambulance, they can have an on-call paramedic come and get that. We've basically left it as if they're in our uniform, we are responsible for any kind of injury or workers' comp or anything. If they're in an EMS uniform, the county's responsible, because the truth is we have a lot of firemen, even part-time and volunteer, that also work for the county EMS and vice versa. So we've made it pretty clear on who's covering what, because those questions come up. And the reimbursement, again, is that 10%. We did start that low, one, because we're already on those calls, and two, we know that EMS is in a funding issue, so we didn't want to go ask for a large number of what they collected and put them in a further deficit. But that is something the commissioners have promised they will review with us after 6 months to make sure that we are covering our costs. Training is now going to be provided for firemen, for our fire captain, so that was something that was positive as well. And the charting will be done by Bryan Fire, but all billing will be done through county EMS. So appreciate the collaborative nature of all of this. EMS has worked collaboratively with the fire department on this contract agreement, and we hope for your blessing to proceed.
Chief, I did want to ask, so reading your report from last month, we had 114 EMS calls, correct? Okay. Would this agreement, would this have changed that number in any shape, form, or fashion? Would it stayed the same? Would it have decreased? Would it have increased if this agreement was already in place?
We're certainly not going to increase, but as I said, we're making those as first responder calls anyway.
Okay.
So the number is not going to change. It's what we're doing, and in this case, we may actually get reimbursed for some of those calls, whereas now we're doing them at no cost.
So financially, there's an upside to us.
Yes.
I asked because I was approached after our last council meeting that this was a mistake, and I wanted to address that publicly, that concern, and you helped me with that. Thank you, sir.
I'll move to suspend.
I'll
go ahead.
second it, and I'll move to approve.
Well,
Oh, you got to vote, don't we?
Vote first.
Sorry, too excited here.
So Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
And now I move to approve.
Second.
Steve,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you,
Thank
Chief.
you.
Thank you, Chief.
Item number 7 is an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 14, 2025, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Helms Sons Excavating, Inc. for the project known as 2025 Asphalt Program.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Bids were received March 12th. We have 2 bids, dirt and paving at around $73,000 and Helms and Sons at $689,902. I've not worked with Helms and Sons before. They pay for Napoleon Defiance, so I have no issues with them. So I would request you suspend the rules and authorize me to execute this contract.
I'll move to suspend.
Second.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes. Item number 8 is an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 15, 2025, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with M&M Asphalt Limited for the project known as 2025 Street Improvement of Blakesley Avenue.
We received 5 bids for this project, ranging from $484 to $590. I would recommend you suspend the rules and we will award the project to M&M Asphalt. They had done Parkview a few years back, right adjacent to it, and took them a little while to do, but the project ended up being good, no major issues with it, so I would recommend that we proceed with this. Now, this project will not start till the end of July. We've got to work around baseball season. What's going on.
But like every contract of this nature, it also has a warranty, correct?
Yes, yeah, there's a warranty with it, there's a completion date, and
Just thought I'd ask based on recent.
financial penalties if they don't get done by completion date. So, but yeah, I have no issue awarding the contract though.
I'll move to suspend.
I'll second.
John,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
Move to approve?
I'll second.
Rick,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 9 is a resolution. John, please number and read.
Resolution number 20, 2025, a resolution authorizing the Director of Utilities to seek competitive bids for the sale of the HFC system that is no longer needed by the city.
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
Evening.
Over the past several years, as you're aware, the Board of Public Affairs has made the decisions to discontinue cable television, and most recently, the cable modem internet service. With these services no longer in operation, we're now requesting authorization to seek competitive bids. This would be for the sale of what we're calling the communications HFC system. For your reference, March 18th, 2025, the board did pass a resolution requesting the city council authorize the assets proposed for sale include approximately 67 miles of underground conduit. That includes the cables and the conduit, the pedestals, various active and passive field equipment. We did do an internal evaluation and determined that there's no longer a future need for that system for the utility. Do want to note that this proposed sale will not impact the operation of the fiber network. The fiber network supports the utility operation, city operation, and also existing fiber leases and services. None of those would be affected by the sale. In addition to potentially generating some revenue, it also provides an opportunity for other internet service providers to enter the community, increasing competition. We're still working on some final bid dates and a bid opening, but with your approval, I anticipate that being late May or early June.
Do any of you have any questions for Derek or us?
I have none.
Nope. I'll move to suspend.
I'll second.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
I'll move to approve.
And I'll second.
John,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 10 is a resolution. John, please number and read.
Resolution number 21, 2025, a resolution authorizing the mayor to accept a grant of $12,330 from the Ohio Criminal Justice System for body-worn cameras for the officers of the Bryan Police Department.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Last year, I asked for your permission to apply for this grant, and today, a little before 2 o'clock, we got the notice that we were given the award of it. However, we needed to accept that award before April 18th, so we had to rush and get this on tonight's agenda. We're not asking for any more cameras, this is just pays for the license and service agreements for the year, so that I would ask you to approve.
Well, congratulations on this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
that's great.
How many cameras was this in?
21,
Wow.
It also was redaction equipment licensing, right?
yep.
Nice.
Well, I'll move to suspend.
I'll second that.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
Now move to approve.
And I'll second.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 11 is a building permit.
Actually, I have two building permits tonight. Both are for the city of Bryan. The first is for the wastewater treatment plant located at 1521 Evansport Road. Peterson Construction Company is doing the work. State construction type is 2B, use group is B and H4. Cost for the project, $11,758,638. Square foot of new building, 4,200 square feet. This is for all the upgrades out of the wastewater that Wes has been talking to you guys about. So, any questions on that one? The next is for the City of Bryan Fire Department, located at 304 West High Street. This is for the interior renovation of the bunkhouse. Stephen Hour Construction will be doing the work. State construction type is 2B, use group is B. Cost for the project is $159,950. Like I said, that's just interior renovation for the bunkhouse.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Jim,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
I'll move to approve. Was that?
Yeah, that's all we gotta do.
So I need to move to approve.
No. it
No, I
was just
don't.
the building
That
permit.
was
so
just the building permit?
Good.
I'll move a second time and go ahead with it.
We like to keep you all on your toes.
That concludes everything on the agenda. We will go around the room. Mayor, do you have anything?
Yes, Ben, are you going to handle the announcement of the Easter Bunny coming to town, or do you want me to do it? Go for it. Okay, the Easter Bunny will be coming to town this Saturday at 10 a.m. Thanks to the Bryan Elementary School for offering their gym, so that when the weather is not pleasant, we have a warm place for the Easter Bunny and all the kids. So come join that for the community Easter event. Special thanks to Cindy Rao as she gets all of the prizes and candy and coordinates the NHS volunteers, and also to Ben and Bruce for their help in that. But it's always a fun community event for the children. But Cindy has one of the side offices filled with prizes and candy, so we're very appreciative of her efforts for that. And then I also wanted to congratulate Bryan City Schools. If you did not catch all the news headlines last Monday, they had a groundbreaking for a new tech center, junior high gym, and weights classroom. The tech center was enough that they got a $2.5 million grant from the state of Ohio. Also a partnership with 4 counties so that the kids are credentialed in some of those classes that they're having in the tech center. But a big deal because the governor and lieutenant governor came to Bryan. That doesn't happen often that they're together. Just really grateful to the school, the administration, the staff, and congratulations to them and the students, because this is going to be a great resource for our kids. Really happy to have what I would call industrial arts back in the curriculum. So that's all I have.
Thank you. John, do you have anything?
I don't.
Department heads? Chief?
springtime, storm season is on us. Everyone kind of knows what happened last week. Alert 86, if you have not signed up for that, I recommend that you update that, get it set up on your phone. Reminder, the storm sirens only go off if Bryan is in the area designated as a tornado warning. Otherwise, the city of Bryan sirens will not go off. All other sirens in the county, if there is any warning in the county, they will all go off around us. We are the exception to the rule. We have one in all outside of the city of Bryan. So again, just a reminder, be prepared, it is storm season.
Thank you.
Tyson,
Any other department head?
you want to talk about the bulk trash coming up?
Yeah, I guess.
No, we haven't announced it to council yet. 17th, 18th?
No, that was Easter.
Oh, that's right, I made you move it.
The spring
25th.
trash drop off at the street department will be April 24th from 1 to 7, April 25th from 1 to 7, and April 26th from 8 to noon. And that's for city of Bryan residents only.
And again, those are dropped off at the street department on Town Line Road. We do take everything but what, paint,
Paint and oil.
oil?
So you said the 24th?
24th, 25th, and
Okay,
26th.
gotcha, okay, perfect.
We originally had it for the 17th and then figured out that was
Easter
Friday,
weekend.
Easter, so we moved it a week later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other department heads? BPA? No? Newspapers? With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
I'll second.
Steve,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.